Hi, my name is Cindy Rang.
I'm Brianna Motzkus, and today's FabriChat.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hi.
At the moment, Maisie is napping, but we have a moaning dog beneath us.
Yeah, she's just not having it today.
No, I don't know why she gets like this sometimes.
I don't know.
Just bored. I think when Maisie is snacking and the food's aplenty.
Favorite part of day. Yes, sign me up.
Yeah.
You know what I also think? I mean, I don't know. I feel like my dog, I don't know. I have a puppy, so my life is crazy anyways. But it's the whole time change thing. It's getting dark at 5 o'clock and my life is ending. It's just, poor Jezebel is just moaning and whining, like, come and play with me. So we can't go play in the dark. Yeah, I could get them a headlamp, but then they're just, a flying flash and she's going to take them down in the dark.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those, she's so big that she's trying to learn how to play without inflicting pain.
She's a rescue dog that is half Great Pyrenees.
Yes, and German Shepherd. So she's
humongous.
huge. She's like Lizzie's size, and we are, we picked her up in end of July. So what is it? She's like, I don't know, 8 months old? Oh, she's huge. She's ginormous.
She's big, huge.
But it's funny because the kids think she's still a puppy, and in their heads, she's a puppy. She's the size of a grown dog. So as they're running and they're chasing her, it's all fun and games until they stop because she can't stop as fast, and it's just boom, boom, boom. And then of course she's overzealous. Oh, I'm so sorry, licking faces. Get up. We're all gonna get in trouble. And then she gets in trouble because it was too much love, and everyone's crying in tears, and yeah. So now that it's 5 o'clock. We can't go out and tumble in the leaves. I think she's really bored. And I know my kids, I can't figure out.
I know, time change is really hard. And it's not just time change, but it's the fact that it gets dark sooner when we've done the whole time change
I would rather drive in the dark to work in the mornings, and I don't know how, I don't care about driving in the dark.
I think that we've been talking about this for years and years, that to do away with the whole time change thing.
We don't need to chase the sun, it's fine. I mean, look at Alaska. They live half of it in dark anyways.
And they're fine.
You can't be that bad.
Well, they pay people to live there.
Well,
no, I shouldn't have said that. I love Alaska. I love it. And when we were there, was it June? What month was it?
June?
I could not sleep. You know what was really funny is that the place that we stayed in, this little Airbnb thing, super, super cute place that belonged to one of the gals that was in the guild. And they don't have blinds on their windows.
Well, because they enjoy the time they have.
Well, I guess so. I guess that must have been what it was, because we're in bed and it's 11 o'clock at night and it is daytime.
It is wakey.
Daytime, and I thought, what is happening here? So I don't know. It's not even an option to close the blinds, and so I thought that was funny, but apparently it's a thing. So they love the daytime and they love the nighttime, and
sure.
Then they sleep. But I don't know.
Crazy. Yeah, I don't know.
Crazy.
I think I don't know. That's my dog's problem, is the
daytime.
lack of sun when we're home. Maybe that's Lizzie's.
And she's too big to play in the house. Yeah. Probably gets herself in all kinds of trouble.
She does, poor little thing.
I know.
Usually, they'll get a little rambunctious, her and the kids, and I'll grab the baby because she can't get up fast enough. No. And Jezebel's really good with the baby. I mean, she does this weird thing. She hates her feet being touched.
Really?
And we've had her as, what was she, like 10 weeks. Mm-hmm. So, and nothing's bad has happened. I haven't even attempted to clip her nails myself. I go to the vet when she was getting shots and spayed. I did it all at the vet. So there's no traumatizing episode that I can recall. And
maybe she's ticklish.
She hates to be touched. So that's one thing. She doesn't really have, I don't want to say she doesn't have patience for Maisie, but she'll just get herself out of the situation.
Remove herself.
Yeah. She won't sit there and growl. She'll just, baby's here. She'll get up and go hide behind the couch. So I really appreciate that, because the moment you look away, you don't realize where she is. It could be bad, and for both of them.
And Maisie is funny with, if she does to a puppy, what she does to Lizzie, she is a terror. Yeah. She goes over, and Lizzie just lays perfectly still and doesn't seem to mind it at all. And Maisie will grab her and growl at her and pull clumps of
Well, she
hair.
does that to Ro. Ro just lays there like a dead fish and just
don't
eat
mind
me
it.
alive. It's fine.
Yeah, they don't care. I almost think that they think, oh, it's a little back rub, you know?
Yeah.
And that they don't seem to care.
I also feel like Ro and Lizzie probably have the same demeanor as not all attention is good attention.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, it's not okay. You need to go. Don't keep coming back for that.
Just give me some attention. Any attention is good attention.
Yeah.
I think that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's right. Well, we forgot. Normally, in the beginning, we say if you're new to our channel, welcome and sorry. If you either know who we are and you're happy to see us, or you've left. What are you guys talking about?
You got the ads.
Yeah. So we. Just in case, we are a mother-daughter duo, and we have a quilt shop here in Central Washington State, and a fairly busy YouTube channel. We are running super behind on our little tutorials. We've had some staffing issues lately. Carolyn, who is doing better, recovering from her surgery. We're still taking her food. She's having physical therapy, and she's up walking and moving around. But she had back surgery, and she is our shop manager. So she's been off for a bit. Tracy's been off for a little bit because her mom is here, and we were gone for a while. So anyway, we're finally kind of getting back in the swing, and we will get caught up on stuff. But anyway, we have a busy YouTube channel, so we do box openings tonight at 5 p.m. Yes. We will do a box opening, and that's brand new stuff that comes into our shop. You'll get to see it first. And then we also do it Sunday afternoons at 12:30. And you can find everything if you go to our website, fabricpatch.net. not.com, and you can scroll down. There's a shop online, and then scroll all the way down to the bottom, and it says what's new, and that's probably the best way to find it. But you can also search it. I don't know that our search engine is great.
It's not very good. So I mean, you could use the search bar if you're looking for something very specific. You can use the search bar, or if you just click the shop online, everything is categorized. So if you're looking for fabric, you can go into the fabric section, and it's all alphabetized by collection name. So if you know on the salvage of the fabric you're looking for, it says Enchanté, you can type that in, and or scroll through the alphabet and maybe find it. See if
do we have fabric called Enchanté?
I don't think so. Let's grabbed it.
I like something. I think that would be pretty.
Right? Something like French generally. I don't know. It's in my head. That's what I see. Maybe because it's French.
You should design some fabric.
What? Yeah, I know. If I had just like a digital printer that can take it out of here and print it, I'd have it. I'd have so much time on my hands.
That's true. Oh my
gosh. So you could do it that way too. If you're looking for something, I would say that would probably be the easiest way, is if you have a salvage piece that has a name you're looking for, go through, because everything is categorized by collection name.
Perfect. Okay, and speaking of time on your hands and crazy life of a mother of 3 small children and 2 dogs and a husband, I mean, so, you know.
And too many chickens.
And lots of chickens.
Stray
You're
cats.
a chicken mom.
I'm a chicken mom.
Stray cats.
Yeah, stray cats. Yeah.
Stray cats, did you ever catch the mama?
I did. She's
To spay the
almost.
mama?
I need to spay her. I know I have a little bit of time because they're not really going to do, I hope, a whole lot of risky business in the winter.
They do. No.
But it don't matter.
No, it don't matter.
I need to
Cats
get her.
are either pregnant or in heat.
I know.
There is no such thing otherwise. So, you can have babies. You
need
can have
to
spring
catch-
babies.
I know, probably. I need to catch her.
She lives in the country, and this is what happens. I don't know why people think, I am just going to drop off a cat out in the country where they can live a happy life drinking cow's milk and eating mice.
It's not how it works.
I know.
They feed the coyotes and repopulate the earth at 7 at a time. Every, I don't know.
And they freeze if you don't know that they're there. So at least knock on the door and say, would you like my cat? Then we can say no. Check
you want this whole box?
But anyway, so we find it's been our life always of how many cats
Because I think I have 3 I need to spay, and I haven't broke Robert because I know what that bill's going to cost me.
It's expensive, but I don't know what else you can do.
They don't have because Brandy and I were just talking about the other day. Fabric Rep was here, and we were talking about stray cats. Like, oh my gosh, I have 3 that I need to catch and spay. And I said, I wish they had brought back the stray cat fund. Right. You know, it costs you $50. They notch your ear. They give them. You throw them back out in population. Whether you give them to somebody, they give you back, or they're like, oh, I know 3 people who have a list who want barn cats, and I will get them to where they need to go. And I mean, I don't mind paying it. I think, it's being a smart pet owner. you
have to do
repopulate. It doesn't help anybody in the end.
Yeah.
And really, I feel like if you have too many, all it's going to do is attract things you don't want. It's going to attract coyotes, whatever bad things want to eat cats.
Cougars.
Yeah,
mountain
wherever we are.
lions.
So I need to catch 3. There's one that's really, really cute that might become my next indoor cat. I don't know. Bernadette's pretty territorial, so she's kind of the only one in the house. And then she has a little sister, maybe a brother. I don't know what it is. I might just catch them all and tell the vet, I want to spay the girls, you know.
Yeah.
Give me the
You
rest.
don't have to neuter the boys. Who cares about that? Just spay the girls, spay the baby makers.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe there are other vets that do that. I think now what's happened is, I know in our area, there are not enough vets. And
Yeah,
I
we
think
don't.
the vets are busier than they want to be anyway. I mean, they'll tell you, I cannot get you in for a couple weeks, you know, and even if it's an emergency, I mean, it's an emergency visit is thousands of dollars because
And
that's
you
what
still
you're paying
have to
for.
wait.
And I think that there might still be communities where they have enough vets, because I feel like I would do that. I would just say, this is all I'm going to do is I'm just going to
spay
do the
neuter.
free stuff, and I'm just going to, you know, help out the local shelters and just do that to try to do something to tame the population. But I think the vets are too busy for that, and you know, to give up that income when they're still paying staff and, you know, barely, you know, keeping a handle on it as it is. So anyway,
Yeah. Maybe I should. I was
to
just
solve the problems of the
Maybe
world.
I
Let's
should-
start somewhere there with the stray animals.
I should contact. I was just thinking in my head. Maybe I should contact Wazoo. If I bring a box of kittens, can you let the lab tech?
And I don't want them back.
You need to
Release them.
The training week of spay and neuter. I got you.
Right? You think that'd be a thing?
Well, I mean, why not? I would take. Okay,
that's a
this
thing.
might be a little heartless, but I would take my strays, the ones that need to be fixed. Because I mean, if something bad happens and a medical student learned the hard way not to do something, it wouldn't devastate my whole family. That
that's true.
Susie didn't come home. But if the little cute little orange guy just didn't make it home, well, we all know how life cycle works, and we could blame it on a
Haven't seen
coyote.
that orange cat for a while.
Yeah,
Oh.
and it wouldn't. I mean, it would be really devastating for the lab vet. Yeah, it'd be sad for me. But at the end, it's
Yeah,
not an
you think that they
attachment.
somehow do some sort of...
It's probably not public knowledge because I mean they live in a big city, so I'm pretty sure if that's what they do, it's they
Go
just
catch your lab.
go
Go
catch your
lab
exam.
test. Ow! Maybe. I mean, I don't know. When I was in medical school, we had cadavers.
Right, 'cause, I mean,
And
you
we had
have
do
to-
things. And I had my little. This is probably TMI, but I had a pig hoof, and all of my suturing, I had to do, and I had to keep it in the fridge. I know. And fortunately, all of my roommates were also medical students, so we were all okay.
Nothing
but
horrifying.
You had to, and you'd have to sew it up and do everything on your little pig hoof before you could actually touch a person.
I mean, I agree with that because I'm
Of
not going to
course.
just sign myself up. Yeah, do me. Just cut me here and stitch me up. I really want to.
Or no,
right
even
there.
waiting in the ER. It's like, oh, I get to do sutures. Yes. Yeah, that's right.
I know you can always tell those ones in training when you're going in for a blood draw. It's like, oh, honey, just stop.
Far
Just
too excited.
get it.
Sweat beading. Yeah.
Just poke me. It's fine.
Yeah,
Just
I
get it
used to.
done.
I have such big, huge veins that the nursing students, I would volunteer my hand to start an IV.
Oh, sure.
And I mean, I was just so immune to it. I could just stand there, and it's like, no, you're not over far enough, and you know,
I can't
know.
even watch it.
I know.
Just look away.
Yeah,
It's like just
you get a little
you know, it's
immune
fine.
to that.
Yeah.
I don't know why we're talking about this.
Sorry. Moving on.
What I sorry.
Life.
So what I was going to talk about with that for anybody who's still left talking about medical procedures. Sorry.
Sorry.
It's
Questions
what
of the
happens.
world. Things we have to solve together.
Yeah, we're just chatting, just girl time, having
solving
some
the world.
coffee, talking about stitches. No, let's talk about books. Here's a
Books.
funny thing. So, because I was thinking about this the other day, because I was thinking, we were talking about how many books I've read recently, and not read, because to actually sit down with a book and read the book is difficult for me. I never have that time for 100% focus
I
on
feel
that
guilty.
book. Right, I do too.
I have
because
guilt
it's
when
like,
I read a real book.
I should be. But what's really fun about that is the books on tape. Are you doing the books on tape now?
Yeah, I have
oh my
the
gosh.
Libby, so Libby. It is a national free app, whether you're Android or iPhone, and it is for public library.
Yeah.
So you
It
just
doesn't
have
cost you a dime.
No, and if
you're
you-
not buying an audio.
So I am someone who didn't have a recent library card. It's like, how am I going to get to the library so I can start listening to my books or whatever? You can actually apply for a library card right on the app. And then you have 30 days to go to the library nearest you and flash
Show
your
them your ID that you actually live here.
in that county, and then it will be solidified.
Because I would love to belong to the LA County Library.
Dude, you know how many books they have?
Yes, I looked at
audiobooks. I was like, this is not fair.
I know, because we don't have that many. I mean, we do.
We have
I
enough,
always find something to listen to, which is really good, because audiobooks, game changer. Yeah. Because I look forward to mopping, dusting, laundry, because I can listen to my book.
Yeah.
You know, and so you're reading a book while you're cleaning the house, while you're sewing, while you're gardening, all of those little things. And I know, all of us should feel comfortable just sitting, taking time for ourselves and reading. And I know that makes sense, but if you don't have the time, you don't have the time.
Yeah.
But what's really nice, even driving, you know, picking people up at the airport or doing whatever, it's fun just to listen to something on tape. I mean, it's just been really nice. So we went through, and I was counting how many books I've listened to in a month. And it's a lot. It's a lot. And it's kind of fun because I have this little genre, you know, and there's a few of us that listen to them, and because Lori, Allie, and so we'll sometimes kind of compare notes a little bit, because for a while there I was really stuck on historical fiction.
Sure.
The Nightingale, if you have not read that book or listened to that book, I think it's been on the #1 list for at least a year, but it's amazing, amazing, amazing book. And now for some reason I've been reading these weird suspenseful
getting your exercise and your cleaning done.
Yeah.
Your heart palpitations.
Yeah. I know. And it isn't necessarily always, you know, what I listen to, but, and then the other day, so, these people that I chat with a bunch about books, so they had said to read Archer's Voice. So Archer's Voice has been #1 for a while. It's not new. Probably a lot of you guys have already read it. And it's kind of funny because it's somebody, a good read said it is the top romance novel of all time. The #1 romance novel of all time. And romance, of all time. Now, the funny thing about that is I'm not so much a romance reader, and partly because of the whole, you know, bodice ripping, thrusting, throbbing, whatever. I'm not a fan of that.
And a lot of them are like a Hallmark movie in book form. I mean,
yeah, they are.
I mean,
everybody's
either
beautiful,
go,
and they are.
Yeah, you're either going to go that direction, or you're going to, oh, she moved out of the city. Oh, heartbroken. Oh, he came back. Woo!
Yeah, it's exactly. And that's why I don't watch Hallmark movies anymore either. And you're right. And it's kind of funny because when you are reading a book physically and you get to that bodice ripping part, you can just kind of go, and here we are. And you don't have to read all of that. Well, the funny thing is when you're listening to the audio, oh my gosh.
Oh, I don't.
It is bad.
I don't want to do that.
Skip. It is just such a funny thing that I'm just not used to listening to that.
Sure.
I'm not used to hearing those words. I mean, they are quite, you know, the whole 50 Shades of Grey, which, did you ever read that? You were too young. 50 Shades of Grey was this whole big, don't. I mean, it's
I get what it is, so I'm fine. It's not really not my cup of tea.
It was so naughty, you know, to read it, that everybody was reading it, and it had so much, I mean, I don't know. But I read the book, and skimming, I mean, really the readable part of the story was maybe 10%. The rest of it was way too much for me. And so what's funny is that now I have this little marker of, so Archer's Voice is like 30 Shades of Grey. A lot
of it. Awesome.
A lot. The story is very, very good. The story, the romance part of it, it is definitely a Hallmark movie, but it's very, very good. But a lot of it was, you know, this thing. So then what happens is when your earphones die, and
it blares to your phone as you're waiting to cash out the grocery store.
No. Never. I mean, I would never. But what I did do is I was in the sewing room sewing as I had it playing. Did not hear Pa come in.
Uh-oh.
Oh my God.
What
That's all of that. I know. So I'm listening away, and I'm sewing. And I have it turned up fairly loud because I'm sewing. But at the moment, I was cutting. And all of a sudden,
corner.
you see him standing there with this look on his face. What are you doing?
Are you doing research related?
Stop. And it was a particularly X-rated part, and it was like, oh, my face. I feel like my face is red even thinking about it. It's like, sorry. He goes, well, what is that?
Should we?
Nothing. It's maybe I should be listening to that. No, it's so bad. It's so bad. And so anyway, that was what started our whole conversation of how many books we've listened to and how many are you watching, listening to like that. And, have they turned that into a movie? Or, I don't know. It was really
questions.
not an appropriate conversation. But here's the other funny thing that I just wanted to mention that I think for those of you guys that are now experiencing the whole audiobook craze, which I'm super a fan of it, the other thing that happened, and this happened on Sunday, was that I had to walk down to the grocery store, which is 2 blocks from my house, which I love that. I love being able to walk to the grocery store. It's never been something in my life before, but last couple of years living in Soap Lake, it's been easy for me to do that. And so, and I was listening to a very suspenseful part, so I had my phone in my pocket because you don't have to talk to anybody. Go down, go to the grocery store, walk back. Even while you're through the grocery store, you can listen to your book. Mm-hmm. I had my earphones on and I have fairly long hair, so you can't tell. I wear the ones that come along, same as you.
Yeah.
You wear the ones that are temple, not.
Yeah, they hit hair.
Yeah, so you don't hear it or anything. So I'm walking, and I don't even think about it, but at the time, I'm walking, and, let me pause for just a moment. We don't have a lot of homeless people in Soap Lake. But because we don't have resources for them, there's nothing for you there. So, so we don't have a lot of that. But we do have some people that have mental illness. Probably like many communities, which is no big deal. They're perfectly safe. Everybody knows who they are. We know their names. Everything is all fine. But they stand out a little bit because what they do, you know what I'm going to say, right? They walk along the street yelling at nobody that's there. Yep. Directing traffic, doing whatever.
Yeah, the directing traffic guy is pretty funny.
Directing traffic.
I mean, I don't know if that's heartless to say that, but he's got a sense of humor.
He's happy about it.
I love it. It's after he just tells you to keep going straight there. I mean, there's no stop sign. And he's like, yeah. It's like, yeah.
Glad I did that right. Yeah. So anyway, so you kind of know who they are, and nobody thinks anything of it. It's just,
part of it.
Anyway, yeah, so I am, so side note there. So I walk out my front door, walk to the grocery store, and I'm at a particularly good part in the book where all of a sudden, I'm not very far from, I have crossed the highway, but I'm not very far from my house when all of a sudden I stopped and went, no. And I'm like standing there going, oh, jeez. And so then I start listening again. And then a little bit later, I probably only took like another 25 steps and all of a sudden, ow!
Don't go towards the lights!
Oh, no. And so.
Oh, that would have been
and I'm still not even. I'm
aware.
Just so into it, and I keep walking and I'm listening, and aware finally I'm in the store when I go, ah! And then all of a sudden it's like, oh wait.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I need to see what.
Sorry. And I thought, and after I turned it off, I thought, oh my gosh, I walked down the street doing that. So, no more of that.
And I haven't heard any new rumors around town, so I think you might be safe at the moment.
Oh, I don't even know. So the suspenseful books, there are, and I know that I do that sometimes when I'm cleaning or, doing whatever, all of a sudden I'll just stop.
Yeah.
And listen.
I know, and even when I'm cleaning, whatever, I start giggling or, oh, you go get him. And Robert looks like, what are you doing? It's, oh, sorry, I'm, oh, God. I thought you were talking to me. Like, now I gotta stop. I'm not talking to you. I was commentating by the book that I'm listening to.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And then, have to have a whole conversation. Oh, sorry, I'm into it.
Yes.
I mean, I could be watching a movie and saying the same thing, but yeah.
Yeah. The book.
I haven't any of those embarrassing things yet. I just usually giggle.
Well, you live on the cut. Yeah,
Whatever.
I know. know. The book that I was listening to that had me like, I was constantly stopping was The Guest List. So The Guest List, also I think not particularly new, but it's just such an Agatha Christie vibe. I mean, it was really well written, really, really good. I highly recommend it. It was very, very good. And the other funny thing is I think the whole experience was different listening to it rather than reading it, because it takes place on this island outside of Ireland in the sea, and so all of the accents and the correct pronunciation and the things that they say. I love that because I think I would not have read it that way. It would have sounded different in my head if I was reading it. So I really, really liked that. And it was very good. And it was, if 10 Little Indians, if you guys remember, it was similar to that, only totally, totally different. And very, very, very good. And lots of, oh my gosh, moments where you scream if you're standing on the street. But highly recommend that. And if I didn't say before, Archer's Voice, I did finish that. It was very, very good. It's just a whole lot of, panting and a whole lot, 30 Shades of Grey worth of that. But the story itself was very good, and I liked it. Hallmark movie-ish, the rest of it. But, and the other reason that I bring this up is because I have a friend. I opened this. Marcia. So I have my friend, I call her Joan Pergola. I know that's not really her name. Yeah. She's the one that tells us what Netflix movies to watch. Oh, yes. Which is very good. And then Marcia is the one who tells me which books to read. So she sent me...
Playing Nice.
Playing Nice. I know. And I don't know anything about this book. J.P. Delaney. I do know who he is. He is a very good author. I don't have my glasses on, but it says... I'm going to read to you what this is about. It seems sort of intriguing. Pete Riley answers the door one morning and I totally need my glasses.
You do. Let me see if I can.
And lets in a parent's worst nightmare. On his doorstep is Miles Lambert, a stranger who breaks the devastating news that Pete's son, Theo, isn't actually his son.
Ooh.
He's the Lamberts, switched at birth by an understaffed hospital, while their real son was sent home with Miles and his wife Lucy. For Pete and his partner Maddie and the little boy they've been raising for the past 2 years, life will never be the same again. The two families, reeling from the shock, take comfort in shared good intentions, eagerly entwining their very different lives in the hopes of becoming one unconventional modern family. But how much can they trust the other parents or even each other? What secrets are hidden behind the Lamberts' glossy front door? Stretching to the breaking point, Pete and Maddie discover they each will stop at nothing to keep their family safe. And that's when they decide they are done playing nice.
Ooh.
And so what she says that this was her favorite book so far of the year. Here we are in November.
Wow.
And she said
she
still thinks of this book every day. Wow. Makes me wonder. Because what's funny is just reading the back of this is not a book I would have picked up.
No.
And I know who he is. He is a suspenseful writer. He writes, really good things. So I know who he is. So it seems kind of funny that, because I don't read books where kids get hurt.
Yeah,
I don't like.
I do it for enjoyment. I'm not going to do something.
Me too.
Like I
want it to be entertaining.
Yeah, and I might cry a little bit if there's like an intimate moment or whatever. I mean, there's different things that will spark something in your real life that might, create an emotion. Yeah. But yeah, I'm not going to pick something that's going to be sad.
No,
I don't have time for that.
No, I don't want any. I don't want any abusive. No. Yeah. I don't want any of that kind of stuff. So I will let you know.
Playing nice. All right.
What's funny is it is a book.
It's book. Well, Christmas is coming, and cabin means, sit and read, because what else are you going to do? It's too cold to go outside. Yes. Love it.
I know.
Exciting.
Thank you, Marcia. I am excited. I will let you know. And in the meantime, go get that Libby app, because, the whole thing about paying for audiobooks and paying for... I mean, I still like a book. I have a huge library. I thin them out a lot, and add to it a lot. But it is true. There's certain places I can read on a plane. I like a book on a plane. We have a trip coming up. I like a book at the cabin. I prefer books. I love the smell of a book. I love to hold the book. I love all of that. But But yeah, when I don't have time, I love listening. It's changing. What are
Yeah,
you
definitely
reading right
driving. It's a series. It's kind of, who is it? It's by, her last name's Wolf. It's kind of a preteen, not a preteen, a college story. It's kind of Twilighty. It's a series. It was the first one I did, but I've heard about this series because there was this huge thing a couple years ago that people thought it was, this author was trying to reinvent Twilight. Essentially. It is nothing like Twilight. It is very, because, there's all of those supernaturals, like, just like Twilight, but it's a totally different story. They're trying to save the world. Together. It's kind of like, save the children, save the world kind of a thing. So it's kind of fun. And it's just one of those fun, you got suspenseful things, you got some battle scenes. And it's one of those, I think it's more probably geared to those younger readers. Probably more teenagers, so there's no, experiencing life. Yeah. So we don't have to, I don't do any of that.
Yeah.
They insinuate different things that they've done.
And you know that it happened and they've walked out of the bedroom. Okay, that's all I need.
That's all I need to know.
I don't need to know what happened behind that door. So it's none of my business. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's that's good. What's the name of it? Inquiring Minds.
It's a series. There's 4 of them and they're all in audio. But it's a good one. It's not anything. And
I like sometimes those quick reads, that you don't have to stop in the middle of the street and your mouth agape.
I don't know what this series is called. I'm on book 3 at the moment. The first one, this one's Covet. The first one was...
Who's it by?
Tracy Wolf with 2 X.
Tracy Wolf.
It's good. So it's a good... I mean, there's a lot of life lessons in there too. That I feel like are always good, even at my age. Well, sometimes you gotta remind all of those other ones. I don't know how to look on it to see what I read before. Crave or...
I do the same thing.
But it was... But yeah, it was Tracy Wolf, and you'll see it's everyone thought
and you're on the second one.
I'm on her 3rd book, and I think there's a total of 4. And they're all about 15 to 25 hours worth of listening, so just good. And I feel like it's something that's not, if I miss a chapter because whatever I'm doing turned in, that I had to use a little bit more brain power and not listen.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I lose anything.
Yeah.
It's not one of those that, I missed. Why'd she go in the door?
Yeah.
I don't do any of that.
Wait, what?
It's fun. So I've been putting down things to have a little note thing on my phone to the next books to look for. Because I feel like now
tag feature. Did you know
so
that?
I can tag them. Mm-hmm. Oh, I should do that. So that when I'm done, because now I'm invested in the series, I have to see how
it ends.
Yeah. How Grace makes it out, everything. And I gotta know.
Well, I think it's fun because I think that opportunity to, I think about the hobbies that I used to have and, things that have changed. I used to love to cook, but now I don't want to eat it. Right. And when the kids come over, they want to, yeah. And the kids want cereal and they want to make Play-Doh and cookies. So,
they want Nana things. They don't want real food.
Yeah, so
spaghetti, what's pasta?
Yeah. So, and the reading, I read all the time before we had kids, and then I bet I went a couple of years without reading a book because, to find the time and, by the time you finally got around to finishing it took you forever to find little snippets of 15 minutes
or the amount of sleep you actually get, but you're staying up because you can't put the book down. I only got 4 hours of sleep today and I lost it all. My alarm just went off and it's time for a shower.
I've done that. Archer's Voice, I stayed up until 2 a.m. to listen to the rest of it to finish it. I wanted to see how it ended.
Yeah. I do like my audiobooks. I feel like I'm way more productive. I am all for cranking up that music and putting on that playlist that's going to keep you moving. But I find that I get distracted with music. I can easily start sorting buttons. Yeah. Dance with the dog. Do anything else other than what I'm supposed to be doing. But with a book, I feel like there's just enough keeping me enticed on what's happening in the story to just hum along. I'm pulling laundry. I'm going to move. I'm going to wipe the counter. I got to do the dishes. I'm going to start picking up and then I'm going to start mopping. It's one of those things that you just have enough going on that you're not thinking about, ooh, that silverware drawer looks real bad.
Right.
Because the music is just, keeping you happy doing something you may not be happy doing.
Right.
So yeah, I like it. I think Robert likes it too, so. I think sometimes he feels like he's ignored.
Do you have to listen to a book?
Right. He's gonna start saying, "You listen to a book yet? Oh, you should. You should. I'll take the kids. You just listen to your book." Yeah, okay. My phone died. Whoops.
I know. That's why my phone's always dead.
Yeah. All right.
We have some things to show.
Yes. So Friday, If you have it marked on your calendar, you know that we are doing our McKay Memorial fundraiser Friday in 2 days, 5 p.m. Pacific time. Our page on our website will turn on, and there's going to be a whole bunch of price to sell items.
There's got to be over 30 items.
Yeah. Plus a donate button.
Plus a donate button. So we've gone through the shop, and we have some shop samples, some other things that we've put together because of classes, some patterns that are no longer available. So a bunch of things like that that are for sale. And again, what we're raising the money for is we have a local long-term care facility that is a nonprofit. And I am on the board for that, but just because it means a lot to me. It's a small town facility, super, super nice facility. And being nonprofit because it is run by tax dollars, because it used to be our local hospital, and then it was donated to the community as it started out as a VA hospital built in 1934, and then it was donated to the community, became a hospital. Babies born there, all kinds of things, little ER, little surgical suite. And then, as they provided less and less of that kind of care because of other area facilities and because of insurance, it then became a long-term care facility in the 90s. But it is still part of the hospital district, which means that it is nonprofit and run on tax dollars. And so we cannot spend money on just anything we want. We have to be very, very careful. And so whenever we want something that we need for the residents or Christmas gifts for the staff or things like that, we have to find some sort of way to raise money so that we're not spending tax dollars for that. So every year, this time of year, we do a great big fundraiser with the foundation. We are hoping for $40,000, which is going to fund a couple of things that we're doing, and this big auction. We generally do pretty good with the auction, but what we're really focusing on this year is we want to buy smart televisions for all of the residents so that they can have Bluetooth headphones, remote controls, and access to 157 channels for free rather than all of the other cable things. And the cable, we pay for the cable, and it's costing us a lot of money.
I bet.
And not as many choices. And anyway, this way we can just replace everybody's television and not have to worry about it. So,
and I think probably when, grandma or mom or dad go to the nursing home, they probably get that old ancient, I don't know if it works very well.
They might, and it's not always a big screen, and sometimes it is. We still have some televisions in there, and they take up a lot of space. I know. Oh, they're heavy to put on the wall. I know. We just want to clean it all up and make it really nice for everybody. And I think the other thing that is super important is the Bluetooth headphones.
Wireless. Absolutely.
Wireless. And even if somebody doesn't want to wear the headphones, there are other options for things that they can have that we can get for them so that
it's not blaring through room to room. It's probably, war of the volume.
I know.
Who's going to go the highest? Ethel, turn that down.
I know. And so, yes, and that you have to watch the same thing your roommate is watching. So this will be so nice for them. And we're super, super excited about it. So we want to just make sure that we can get all of that done by Christmas so that everybody will have their own big screen, smart TV, Bluetooth headphones. We're super excited about it, and I think that it'll definitely happen. So we're doing our part. So the big auction happens Sunday night. It's dinner. We have a live and a silent auction, and then we're hoping to take our check with us for whatever things you guys have bought Friday night. So we'll turn that on. As things are purchased, they will drop off of the website. So if you are late coming, you will see whatever is left. And if you're early, remember that someone has an option to take it out of your cart.
Yeah.
And so if there's something that you want, check out right away. And then also, if you pay for shipping each time, we will refund the difference. So just pay for it. It's all good. We'll put it all in a box. And then if you've paid for shipping 3 times, once we get it all together, we will refund what we don't spend to get it to you. So don't worry about that.
And then We are going to have that page on our website turned on until Sunday at 12:30. So when the box opening turns on Sunday morning at 12:30, that page will go down so that we can tally up the numbers for what we need to do so that Mom can take the check with her to the auction.
Yes. So we have a couple other things we're going to show you. Yes. So people had asked and they had said, well, will we be able to see what there is? Well, yeah, if you watch us. So, so we're going to show you, I think I've got a bag full. I think I've got, and we have some lower priced items, and then some things, we have some quilts, some things that'll be a little bit more. We think that they're all very, very fair prices, but keep in mind also we want to raise a bunch of money for the residents. So if you think, oh, that seems like that's a little high, well,
it's for a good cause.
It's for a good cause. So, and 100% of the money that we raise that you have spent, we are writing that check, and I'll be taking that check with me Sunday night. So these are some of the small items. So this is a fun little wall hanging, and this was just a kind of a cool technique. We no longer have the pattern, and it even has an Asian, it's very Asian flair, even the backing.
And there is a sleeve on it.
Hanging sleeve, just a really pretty wall hanging, all done fusible applique, all quilted. It's Mount Fuji. I don't know if you can see that.
Love it.
Really cool. This is another little wall hanging. Brianna, how old were you when you made this?
I don't remember.
I don't remember. She was a teenager, and I remember when she was doing it thinking, what kind of crazy is that? And it was a class that she did, and you can't tell, but it's all woven in there, and then stitched down. So all stitched down, all around all of that. But isn't that beautiful? Little color wheel. So, and does not have a hanging sleeve, but you know, whatever. It could be a table. It could be a table topper. It could be
a table topper. It can be hanging in your room. I mean, it's a color wheel.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So it'll help, if you have color issues.
Made by baby Brianna.
Yeah.
This is, this one, we had this hanging in the shop for a while, had sold out of the pattern. This one too was Plays with Wool Designs. They went out of business, closed their business.
They retired.
Retired, so no more patterns. A couple of years ago, actually. So we knew they were going to do that, so we bought as many as we could, and now no longer available. I don't know if you can tell, but it is wool. It is wool appliqued, stitched down, and then framed. So it's on a really nice wood frame. Really, really pretty.
Yeah, pretty cool.
So very nice. And then I have half of mine to send this to Ben.
You mean Sherry?
Sherry.
That is.
Yes. I have something special for him, though.
I still love that. I still giggle about that. I couldn't wait to go home and tell Robert.
So this is just cute. This is just a, this is machine embroidered on there. And then there's a fun little cuff on there. And just it is a terry cloth towel. So super, super cute for your cabin. Or,
whatever.
Bathroom, whatever.
Get a kid's towel.
Cute. Yeah.
So the kids are not such pretty ones.
Yeah.
I've got a cute little pot holder or trivet. You can do it whether you're taking something out of the oven or to set something on. It does have Insulbright in it, so it will protect your surface or your hands.
Can you hear it? And I think we do still have this pattern, but everybody wants that fabric.
Everyone wants it.
You don't have that fabric anymore. So.
And then there's also a
knitted dish towel.
A knitted dish towel, which is if you don't have one.
You need them.
One.
Yeah.
They're my favorite. They last forever. They wash so well. I mean, it does.
They last for years and years and years.
It's the best thing ever.
Yeah. So we just, after that's just a little bonus, we thought we would tuck that in there for you. Because you need that. Yeah. Here's another Plays with Wool Designs. Same thing. This is just a little candle mat, Christmassy. And I don't know if you can see it or not. Again, it is stitched down all wool. And then there's a stitched edge. And it has cotton on the back, which is kind of nice. And just a little candle mat, little poinsettias. So super cute.
A little zipper pouch. This is the By Annie one, like little ditty or something. It's what this one's called. So it has the craft text on it for accent, a little handle, a zipper pouch. Again, we can still get this pattern, but everyone wants this really cute
fabric.
We're done trying to upset everybody about you can't have it. Can't
We're
have
gonna sell it. Now you don't even have to see it. Don't look.
No, don't look. If you want it, here you go.
And that's what's happened is we have different things where we've just like, oh, stop looking at this, and we just have a pile of things. Sell all of those. Don't look. Yes. So this is just kind of fun, and we've had this. Gosh, I would say for probably the last 3 Christmas retreats that we've done, because I love this cup. And so we talk at the Christmas retreat not only about gifts that you make, but how would you package them. Yeah. And so, things that you might make where you might have a mug rug or a coaster or a towel, and you could put it in kind of a matching cup. So if you see this, it says Quiltmas on it, and so it's Merry Quiltmas on it, and it looks like it's cross-stitched on the coffee cup, and it's a big coffee cup. See the size? Very, very nice. And then what's in there is a fun little coaster. Let me see if I have that right side up. And Brianna did that, machine embroidered. It's just a cute little snowy Christmas tree, and it's that little folded coaster technique. Mm-hmm. And then also done by Brianna is a kitchen towel with a Christmas tree on it, also machine embroidered. So it's a little set of a couple things that are kind of cute, and again, whatever that pattern is, and we no longer have these cups, and so we sold those cups for a while. I think those cups sold for like $20. I think they were $19.99 because they're a nice big, kind of a cool cup.
A Shannon Minky cowl, so a little infinity scarf. So perfect for getting colder weather. You can, of course, buy a kit, make it yourself, but this one is ready to be loved or gifted.
Yeah. So what's nice about that? Because I think the kit is like $15.
Yeah, and this one's white, and it's actually the little texture bit is little snowflakes. It's really cute.
It comes pre-cut, ready to go, along with the pattern. It takes a couple of minutes. But what's really nice is this was made by Shannon Fabrics, so they sent us a pre-made one. Well, we have like 5 or 6 because we make them all the time. Yeah. It is the best gift. So super, super nice. So we thought we would part with that one. And then the last thing that I have in my bag to show you guys. Oh no, I have 2 things left. And then we will show a whole bunch of things tonight with box opening. We'll show you some of the quilts that we have and a bunch of other stuff. But so pajama pants.
A little overnight set. So big roomy capri pajama pants.
With the
buttons, pockets, a tie, a little bit of elastic.
I kept thinking I should just keep these because they do fit me. I mean, only because I've modeled them, not because I've ever slept in them. But made out of flannel, super, super nice.
Soft, super cute.
Yeah, and then they also come with a little overnight bag. So matching drawstring bag to throw in your pajamas, your book, your whatever. So anyway, super cute. And then the last thing is, so we have these mugs, and we have these, we ordered a case of them, but we keep them for prizes at our retreats. Yeah. So it is a hot or cold 20-ounce travel mug. So it's really nice. It has the non-slip bottom, it has the tapered top, and it has the really nice top that that has the little sippy top on it. So,
and you can also, it's a big enough one that you could put a straw in there. If you had those reusable straws, you could stick a straw in there.
So it is a FabriChat mug, but what's on it is, so both Brianna and I knit, and we used to have a yarn shop attached to the shop, but it is no longer here. But
that was a while ago.
That was a while ago. But I still have a lot of knitted things, and I have a bunch of these. And so these are just fun little cozies. So I probably wouldn't necessarily use these together, but what's kind of fun is that if you're constantly ordering your Starbucks coffee or whatever your other coffee is, and they don't have those sleeves, or you're trying to maybe do, something a little more earth-friendly and not have those little cardboard sleeves, just carry your sleeve with you, and that's all this is. It's just a knitted sleeve. Just slide it right on the bottom, or hand it to them, and then they can slip it on the cup so that you're not sliding it onto a full cup, and then you don't burn your hands with it. So it's a nice little coffee cozy. And it's
also one if you do a girl's coffee like every other Wednesday, whatever, and everybody's coffee looks the same. Yours will be different.
You'll know that it's yours. Yeah. This cute little wool Noro yarn coffee cozy. So
with an exclusive FabriChat mug. Love it.
Not everybody has that.
Cute.
That's right. All right, I think that's it. Ooh, I think we talked a whole lot today.
Yeah, sorry.
I know. Normally we try to keep this to 30 minutes, but
animals, TMI stuff.
It's because we were able to talk. Because Maisie is napping. Sorry. I know all of you guys are super upset.
They probably blew up the comment section. Hey, baby,
Where is she?
Baby.
You will see her tonight.
She will be tonight.
And she's, but yeah, she
must be going through a growth spurt. She's really hungry and really sleepy
today.
Yeah. So
I mean, 2 naps a day. She'll take 2.
She has a morning one and an afternoon one. She's something's growing,
Sleeping.
whether it's teeth or legs. But we're getting
And
there.
the rest of the time, she is
On
large
fire.
and in charge, and so
Jason the dog.
you know, it's okay.
So
that's why we were able to chit chat, and not go, time
And
to
in
go.
the comments, let us know what you're reading. Whether
tell us what
are
you're reading.
Reading an audiobook, listening to an audiobook, we'd love to know.
Yeah.
If you're reading a good book, we got vacation, winter's coming,
Yes.
so I read a real book at Thanksgiving at Robert's parents' house. It's crazy.
Well, because you can't just sit there with your earphones on looking like you're looking at someone.
So I did
And then all
a
of a
real
sudden
book
go-
because I'm usually on kid patrol, and so I sit in the corner chair, read my book, and holler at them, and I can do that.
Put that down. Stop touching
If
him.
there's already too many cooks in the kitchen, I'll just bow out. And then at the cabin, we read a book. Bali's coming up, read it on the plane. So we'll
On the
need
plane.
some real paper books too. So we want to know what you're reading or listening to.
Tell us what you're reading. Yeah.
All
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thanks
you
so much.
tonight.
Friday, 5 o'clock for the auction, and see you tonight.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching our video. We invite you to leave a comment, hit the like button, or better yet, subscribe to our channel so you never miss an episode. You can also visit our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or Pinterest pages, or find all of those things and our online store at FabricPatch.net.